Welcome to the Gloves Are Off Overtime Edition. I'm Moses Woldu. I'm pleased to be joined by these two gentlemen. Of course, my co-host Greg Buchanan.
Hey, Moses.
And Jeff Mulligan. You are the Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada chairman.
And right in the heart of it right now, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get to the heart of this, the questions we didn't really get to on the show. We'll start off with Brian Murray. Of course, he's been given a 2-year extension with the Ottawa Senators. We know Ken Holland is the gold standard when it comes to executives in the National Hockey League. Very successful with the Detroit Red Wings, has done a lot, of course, winning several cups, and has really built a continuous contender. Where does Brian Murray rank amongst the upper echelon group of general managers?
Well, the Murray family are another hockey family. They have a lot of contact points, they have a lot of experience, and I don't think you can ever knock his work ethic. This is a guy who's dedicated to whichever team he's working for, and he's certainly dedicated to his players. So I think he rates up there. I'd love to see him take
top
his
5?
team. I think
top
he's
3?
top 10.
You wouldn't give him the top 5 ranking
No.
just yet?
Of all time, no.
I think a GM is huge in the National Hockey League. I think a good, solid general manager is even more important than a good, solid head coach. And I think if you have a solid GM and you've seen teams with great success, it all comes from the top. And I think with him in Ottawa and the foundation he's building and continues to build, you got to think the Senators, and they have a good young team, and they're just going to get better as the years go on.
I think, as Greg points out, we're talking about culture. The culture is defined from the top. And if you're going to get the culture right, the outcome will take care of itself.
That's very, very true. All right, guys, what about this? Scotties, they'll be starting February 1st. We have some of the representatives, 11 out of the 12. Quebec still has their playdowns coming up this weekend. But, guys, what about Saskatchewan? Stephanie Lawton, a bridesmaid 3 times in a row at the provincial final, finally gets to make it her first trip to the Scotties since 2009. Does she have a legitimate chance of making it? Because it seems the waters are a little bit murky. There's not a lot of strong contenders we're used to. Jennifer Jones, of course, is going to the Olympics, so she's not going to be there. We still have Rachel Homan. She's still young, but you know she's going to be one of those, going to be contending once again for another Canadian title. But outside from that, we don't really see a lot of veterans here, a lot of young groups, a lot of young ladies. Val Sweeting from Alberta, another one. Of course, you have, was it Van Osh beating out Kelly Scott in BC. Right. So where do you go from here? And does Stephanie Lawton really have a legit chance of winning it?
Well, I think more than anything, you're seeing at both the men's and the women's end of things in curling in Canada, you're seeing a lot more, like you said, younger rinks coming up. And that's got to tell you something about the sport, where it is not just the old guys and the old girls that keep on winning. You're seeing more and more young rinks, which is great. It means there's not like 3 or 4 rinks that you're going to expect, well, they'll be in the playoffs, and it's between these 3 or 4 that will win it. And it's about 6 or 7 rinks now that you just don't know.
I think the best thing that could happen to curling is a fresh young face and a team of enthusiastic curlers that haven't been splashed all over for years gets a chance to represent our country in the Worlds. And I wouldn't rule out Val Sweeting. She certainly is well known to this neck of the woods, and Stephanie Lawton. Love to see them play in the finals.
All right, well, it should be interesting to see how that goes. Do you think Lawton does have a legit chance of winning it all? Considering how, you would say, inexperienced they are, but comes the Scotties, that is, the major national stage, they are inexperienced.
A lot of things come into play in curling, and it comes into getting on a roll, you get confidence in all 4 members of your rink, reading the ice right, a lot of different combinations, and a lot of things have to go right for you because it's a long week. And you can't lose in the first few days, but then again, you can't win it, but at the same time, the middle of the week is what keys. About the 4th day, if you're still in it, then you have a chance.
If she gets to 4-1, she'll get to the finals.
Oh, there you go. She made it to the playoffs in 2009, lost out in the 3-4 game, of course, to Jennifer Jones. But should be interesting. This will be your 3rd time out. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you coming on, Jeff, as always.
You bet.
And Bucky, we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the overtime edition of Gloves this time. Tune in every Tuesday night, 7:30 on CITL, to check out the questions that we have out there and the topics that are hot button of the week. And then you could join us back here on our Facebook page and catch the rest of them that we haven't talked to because we like to gab so much. Well, in the meantime, we will see you in 7 days.